Well, that's interesting. It was, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Make sure everything's good and up and running. Do this no sleep featured War Machine live stream grind here tonight, huh? Oh, big yawn. Fortunately, the 6 stars are just coming off a cooldown, so I have just enough time to start running through them and get them back on cooldown again. Get another round in before arena's over. Do a little of this, do a little of this. Make sure everything's all good and up and running. And with that, we should be good. How's it going, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's the last day of the featured buff rework arena with the War Machine, Ebony Maw, and Ultron. I'm going for War Machine again. Wound up getting the 5-star round 1. Would love to either wind up waking him up or pushing ahead and getting the 6-star somebody. Be a 6-star War Machine in that case, but we'll see. Got about 14 hours to go. So I'm just throwing as many points at it as I can. Estimated cutoff somewhere in the high 60s. That's where I'm shooting. And we'll go from there. This is, of course, called the No Sleep War Machine grind. Not no sleep as in I'm not sleeping tonight. No sleep as in I haven't gotten any sleep. Good Lord, I'm tired. So this is going to wind up being a shorter live stream than usual. Probably clocking in somewhere about the top of the hour. But until then, just going to be throwing as many points at this as I can and have a good time. Hope your guys' week is going well. Looking forward to chatting all the different news, updates, answer any questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff, and we'll roll from there. Want to say big howdy, big welcome to the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers on digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Oh, it's not good. This is going to hurt. Oh, it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. This is how you do a special 2 Evil Doom. There we go. Want to throw a video today with the early access crystal opening for Purgatory. That bundle was last week, but just now throwing it up there. Finally got it edited, so I was like, yeah, why not, right? But I will tell you guys this. I have severely underestimated the amount of energy it takes to not only come up and edit said videos during a featured grind, but then everything else tied with the game as well, and, you know, living your life. But I also want to say big howdy to AC saying Pineapple. What up, AC? You think I should try and build up an alt? It's already at 212,000 near Cavalier. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would personally, just because I get such enjoyment and I genuinely enjoy playing the characters and the animations and all the different ridiculous intricacies of the gameplay of the game. So I absolutely would. But it's up to you, bud. It's absolutely up to you. Caden popping in saying, hey, glad I could make the stream. I'm glad you could too. Glad our schedules wound up syncing up together. I'll get to hang out for just a good bit. How you doing, bud? You know, one of these times I'm actually really curious. It probably would not be for someone that I'm actually grinding for. Like, I would want to keep track of something. Probably like an off week if I'm just going for milestones, but I'd be very curious to do a breakdown of how many times I fight each champion per 20 rounds, 50 rounds, something like that. Idea there being just seeing if statistically, by running the 6 stars or whatever, I wound up running into like the same subset group of like, I don't know, 20, 30 champs or something like that. Because I'm sure I don't. I'm sure I don't. I'm sure it's just my luck. But it sure freaking seems like I always run into a team that either has a Doom, a Gilly 99, or a Nick in it. And I know that there isn't any real rhyme or reason to it. Especially, have asked Kabam about it, and they're like, nah, it's just the way it works out for you. Just that many people have Gilly 99 and Nick and Doom ranked up at high enough level. But still, I'd be very interested. Nice, AC. Congrats on the new gig. What do you got going? If you don't mind my asking. Pew. Pew pew. Case in point. Gilly 99, everybody. Pardon me. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely looking forward to getting some Z's tonight. Which is really weird. Last night of a featured grind, that's when you get to sleep. But so let's see, what else we got going on tonight? There was... Ooh, excuse me. So there was an exclusive Lucky Charms cereal that they wound up putting out for Loki. The show just wound up airing last night. No spoilers. Don't do spoilers here on this channel, so don't worry about that. But it was called Loki Charms. I was like, oh, hey, cool. And a nice thematic cereal. It's something that would be like a one-off that they'd wind up introducing in stores. Well, come to find out, it was an exclusive short order. You had to go on a website and like the split second that the link went live and then hope to order it that way, and they wound up mailing you a box of Lucky Charms. So naturally, as soon as it opens up, it was already sold out because, you know, scalpers and reasons. But that would have been really fun to have for the Sunday cereal stream, just for something new and different. And nummy. And nummy. Well, good luck with that, EC. I wish you the best on the new gig. Enjoy getting the nice paycheck there, too. Good on you, bud. Andrea popping in saying, hey, Rob, do you think 80 mil is enough for a 6-star ham? Does he need the dupe? I think 80 mil should be enough, just based off of the round 1 cutoff. I was actually really surprised at the round 1 cutoff. I thought it was pretty low for Spider Ham. But then again, it still surprised me because I think Spider Ham is ridiculously underrated. He is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 science champs in the game. He's amazing, but 80 mil should be enough. If you've got time to do more, I always recommend doing more, just in case. Come on, dude. There we go. Beautiful. But he does not need the dupe. That's the nice thing about Spider Ham. He does not need the dupe. I wound up ranking my 6-star up to rank 3 unawakened, and just had such an amazing time. Such an amazing time with him. And I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I can't speak highly enough of him. It's a tough call because, I mean, Spider Ham is also probably one of the most fun champions to come out of 2020, I think. My opinion is right up there with Dragon Man as well. Just solid all around. Then I'm hoping that round 2 for the rework arena either is the same cutoff as last time, which was like 66 mil, I think was ranked 94, or a little bit lower. just because with Purgatory starting up tomorrow, and you know we finally got the new champions for this month starting off in full swing, that'll draw interest away from it a little bit. But we'll see. We shall see. Cheers, everybody. Purgatory, of course, being a super interesting champ in her own right, in that she's a lot of fun to play. She's a lot of fun to play. But damage-wise, not super great. And that's a real bummer. But that's also kind of just the way it shakes down. Is that she's a lot of fun to play, but I really don't think there's a practical use for her anywhere. Especially in relation to like other Mystic champions, you know. I really don't think she's going to be replacing anybody on your squad. Fun to play, and that's the thing. Like, she either needs to permanently capture a soul to just, you know, run with the class for the entire rest of the fight instead of just, you know, the next two fights you're in, or something. Or have like some sort of power control, just because of her super aggressive, always on top of it, rotation gameplay. We'll see. I mean, maybe she'll get a tune-up at some point, hopefully. Ouch, ouch. Come on, dude. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Ran right into it. Just took my 5-star Mysterio and I-Hulk to rank 3 in order to get through 615. Crossbones fight. Maybe both could go to rank 4. I would. Mysterio's fun. I think he's a little underrated, and I-Hulk certainly has his uses as well. Could do a lot worse. Especially when you see like people like Seaton using their I-Hulk to just absolutely blitz through Act 7 content. I mean, granted, you'd need him at rank 5 to have something comparable. Is a 5-star Purgatory worth a Mystic Awakening gem? I mean, if you've got... So here's the thing. So if you've got like your usual Mystic God tier champions awakened already. You've got, you know, Doom awakened. You've got, I was going to say Claire, but Claire doesn't need an awakening. If you got like Morningstar awakened already, stuff like that, then yeah, sure, go for it. But I mean, if like a Mystic Awakening gem, if you got a lot of different Mystic options for that gem, or if you're still holding out for, you know, some of those extra spicy Mystic champs, I would probably wait for them, to be honest. I just want to reiterate, I mean, Purgatory is a lot of fun to play, but the likelihood that she's going to take any other Mystic champion's spot on your main roster is pretty much slim to nil. Which is a shame, but it's the truth. Like, I would almost put her in the same realm as, like, Super Skrull and Psycho Man. Fantastic art, wonderful design. The animations are slick. I appreciate the kit on paper. But, you know, in hand, in game, the execution of her kit is just so suboptimal. In a realistic setting. Like, you can throw them against Realm of Legends, Winter Soldier, and tackle Realm to your heart's content, but that's not really realistic anymore. Cam popping in. Let's go, Cam. Saying, I too am grinding. Send thumb help. Well, I wish your thumbs well. And plenty of ice. Plenty of ice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Live, Morto, block. Block through the incinerate. That's how you live. Alright, cool. So that worked. So now what I need to do, block, block. Yeah, look at that, like, negligible damage. Love it. Purgatory made me sad too. I love her design. I know other people aren't a big fan of her design or a fan of a brand new character, right? And, you know, everybody is entitled to their opinion. But she's really fun. I personally enjoy the whole guillotine MCOC storyline. I think it's a great way to sell the character and, you know, have their own unique dive into the MCU, or the Marvel Universe, I should say. But, I mean, with the character, again, in hand, almost there. She's like 70, 80% there. You know, she's got the right tools. It's just sticking the landing with the execution. Want to say a big howdy to Reaper again. Sorry, I know I answered the question, but I didn't say a proper hello. Hope you're doing well, Reaper. Happy Wednesday. Overseer's kit looks looks pretty bad on offense, in my opinion, but he is a good defender. It looks that way. It looks that way. I don't know how much I can say about any of that yet. Because, like, looking at his kit, it looks like it could be interesting on paper, too. I suppose we're going to need to wait for, like, any official gameplay embargoes to come and go before we can crack down a little bit more on specifics. But I can say with almost certainty, just looking at, like, the in-game version of Overseer, that like the enemy overseers that you fight, that it's better than Purgatories. Not cooler, just more realistic, you know. And that's the thing too, because with a game that's like 205 champions deep or something like that, I mean, a champion either has to be like extremely niche to be useful. Like iHulk, right? iHulk is a perfect example of a new champion that, like, is mediocre, decent at best most of the time. But you find that one path where he shines and he just absolutely wrecks. Like, that's the sort of thing that I think we're kind of at now in MCOC, right? Because otherwise, there's the tried and true gods of the game, right? Your Torches, your Corvuses, your Dooms, your Cosmic Ghost Riders, all those guys, right? If you've got one of those, Purgatory is not finding a spot on your main questing roster. And that's a shame, but I mean, it's the truth. You gotta be heavily incentivized to use somebody new or different than, you know, the usual solution to everything. I think that's why the game is still so tethered to champs like Quake. Just because she breaks everything. In a good way for us, the player, but like she's such a like a utility knife, right? You can use her to get around so much annoying nonsense. They just really haven't come up with solid solutions for otherwise. There's like multiple big issues with her kit. It's not just one fix and done. Yes. But here's the thing for me. Like, there's enough there that if they were to do like an Odin style update, like, you know, turn around in like a month and change and keep most of it intact and just like tweak a couple numbers and like one small ability, something like that, it'd be good enough. You know, it'd be good enough to have a working, functional character, as opposed to like fixing the core inherent shortcomings of her ability. Like, I would love that. It's just that I don't realistically see that happening in in the short or midterm. Case in point, like, we're still waiting on Hood, right? Or like Psycho Man and Super Skrull were some of the first champions out this year, and they're terrible. And not only have we not heard any news of any sort of updates for them to buff them, but we haven't even gotten any sort of like initial numbers for the performance or whatnot. So I'd be willing to settle. I'd be willing to settle. But I mean, yes, obviously, given the preference, yeah, just fix everything. Make her worth, you know, give her her proper due, is what I'm saying, I suppose. Rohan stopping in. APOC runs Overseer over. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I am very late to the APOC hype train. Like, I was always a big fan of APOC, but that was mostly just because of his horsemenning ability. Just using, you know, that to make the champions that I've already played a lot better. But I mean, starting with like 7-1 and then getting into, played him a lot this last season for Alliance War, and then for the Gauntlet. Holy cow, APOC is useful. Are you seeing The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me... Oh, the movie? No, I haven't. I haven't. Didn't that just come out? I think. Rupert says, I'm loving my 6-star Ultron, debating taking him to rank 2 unawakened. That's up to you. That's up to you. So here's where I'm at with Ultron. I really enjoy his update as well, and I'm in a similar situation where I either am going to take the 5-star up to rank 5 or a 6-star up to rank 2, just because he's really fun to play. The thing is, for me, I'm going to wind up going with the 5-star to rank 5, just because for his SIG level, my 5-star is like SIG 140, 160, something like that, right? And his awakened ability is nice, but the part that really sticks with me is that he needs to be high SIG to have a huge resistance to both shock and incinerate. Like, the heals that he gets on energy damage is nice, but it's the resistance that's the huge plus for me. So then, like, not even just like a basic awakening on a 6-star could kind of do it, just because it'd be a really, really low level resistance. But you know, if that's not as big a deal, or not as interesting, then yeah, absolutely, I go with the 6-star, because eventually, you know, you're gonna wake him up. Eventually, you're gonna get some extra SIGs on him, and you know, then you can keep ranking him up from there as well. But fun champion, good update. B-More says, "Sup, Rob? What up, B-More? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Rob Needs to Get Some Sleep featured arena grind. Hope you're doing well, bud." And Jacob as well, saying, "What's up?" Howdy, Jacob. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's the grind been? It's been pretty good. You know, I've been on top of it. I haven't been doing it like every single waking minute for this last cycle. So I'm not going to be hitting, you know, 100 mil, 90 mil, 80 mil. But I'm hoping to get just enough mil to squeak by with a 6-star. 5-star I've got in the bag. I'm not worried about that at this point. Now it's just like, can I push far enough ahead to get the 6? Funnily enough, if I wound up putting up 9 more million points last round, I would have gotten them. Because I stopped at 57, and he went for 66. So, hopefully. I say Captain America Classic needs a buff. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. World War II Cap as well. So here's the thing about performance numbers for those lesser used new champs. They get picked up by superfans that master them way above any other player. It skews the numbers. Yes. That kind of brings it back to Spider-Ham, I think, too. Like, I'm a huge proponent of Spider-Ham, but it strikes me that he's still relatively unknown, I suppose, in the game or in the community. let alone, you know, underutilized. So I think as more people start to get him and play him out of basic crystals and whatnot, then that hopefully will wind up changing. But yes, I see your point. But I mean, even still though, too, it depends on which metrics they wind up going for. You know, if it's like how many times a player wound up choosing this champion for their squad, how long did it take from start to finish to start and end a fight, damage dished out, damage taken, stuff like that. Like even in the hands of a good player, an average good player, not like a Metal Sonic dude kind of player, but like your average good player. I mean, I think that could still skew slightly more realistic, just depending on the champion. Like a good champion who doesn't need tuning would still show better than a champion that would. I would hope. Madara says, hello, bro. What up? Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. So I posed to you guys out there on your end of the YouTubes the question of the day over here on the left. Not much of a question, but the daily activity. Describe your favorite movie in just 5 words. And then see if we can all guess. Or one of your favorite movies. So you could say something like, no, I am your father. And, you know, and we will all know. I have a 5-star Ultron Awakened. I've got him at 345 right now. Good. Yeah, keep on going. But yes, Ultron is still bugged. He is still bugged. I didn't watch the video, but apparently Ilax says that Omega Red is back to being bugged again. Which is very disappointing. He just got fixed. He just got fixed. I was testing out my rank 1 Awakened Black Bolt with the Inhuman Royal Family Team plus Odin and Hitmonkey. Bro, I don't know if 15 stacks of Cruelty and Fury is the max he can get, but it didn't go beyond. I think it is. I think it is. It's like one of those things where it isn't written into his description, but that's just the way that he was hardwired. It would be nice, though, if he could go past that cap and just continuously keep generating buffs. I mean, it would get at some point to the point where it's just too broken, but... like, once he's revved up, Black Bolt's a lot of fun. Then, too, I mean, throw, like, an Odin in there someplace as well. Oh, plus Odin, yeah, exactly. Because if you make him worthy with all of those buffs, it's insanity. Gotta make sure I'm sitting upright, because if I slouch, then I get tired, more tired. I tell you guys, I mean, I know some of you guys have grinded out future champs, some of you haven't, but like the way you conduct yourself, just like the way you sit and what you eat and whatnot, and what you drink, makes just as big a difference on surviving an arena grind as like playing the game and getting the points. It's a mental battle with yourself. That's the real prize. Now, I don't think Medusa has been no, Medusa has been available as a 6-star once. She made her debut in one of those like daily cash offer bundles, I think. As like a small percent drop rate. Like I'm hoping that she's gonna wind up being in the next featured crystal, and you know hope to get her out that away. But I mean, bringing it back to the Inhuman synergy you're talking about right there, that would be really fun. That would be really fun. Just see how she handles at as a 6-star at with some of that end game content. I'd be all for it. Oh, sorry. Hey, what's up, Diane? Good to see you. Happy midweek. Happy midweek to all of you guys. It's fun the way that the live streams wind up breaking down. I get to say howdy to everybody at the start of the week, in the middle of the week, and at the end of the week. And hopefully we can all gauge how each passing week is fared for everybody. Mine's going pretty okay. Mine's going pretty okay. Got 6-star Black Bolt and Karnak unawakened. Sadly, I just need Medusa as a 6-star also. Got her as an unawakened 5. See, the nice thing is that at least you can still take that 5-star everywhere. Like 5 stars have not been completely gated out of existence just yet, save for like one chapter in Act 6, where you need like what 4 6 stars I think out of the 5. It's getting there, but not quite there, not yet. So I think all the 6 stars are still on cooldown first, but nope, here they come. Yeah, I gotta stay on top of these guys, because by throwing them up now, they should come off a cooldown by, let's see, it's about 8:30 my time right now, so they should be back by like 7:30, 7:40, something like that. Still buys me enough time. Block, block, block. Nice. Then go from there. You know, I realize there's just how many different like old, not forgotten, but it's just like old synergy teams that used to be such a staple, a cornerstone of the game and the community that have kind of just like we've all just like kind of moved past and moved beyond. Inhuman synergy for one, but then like the Blade Trinity as well. And then a couple of that are just completely, well, not really archaic, but just from like a bygone era. I go with the mutant crit team with, was it Storm, Mags, and then a Cyclops. Throw Wolverine in there for kicks. Paz popping in, how's it going? Saying a Noose and Dorma stream. Yes? I'm assuming that's in reference to the activity of the day. It's not a question of the day proper, but call it close enough. Who wants to guess? So happy now I've got a 5-star duped Stark Spidey, right? Like his ramp up is a little bit wonky. You got to just keep dexing so many times, but once he is ramped up and has a bunch of those spider charges on him, oh yeah, big numbers, big yellow numbers. Hopefully we'll wind up seeing Starkey and Blade both, and Ghost Rider, all three of them, as 6 stars at some point. They aren't good enough not to be 6 stars. But, I mean, then again, they class gated, or the rarity gated, like, World War II Cap and Joe Fixit for the longest time for reasons. So you never know. You never know. None shall sleep. Yeah, sounds about right. It's not that I'm not going to sleep between now and tomorrow when the arena cuts off, because I 100% absolutely am. 100% absolutely am. It just feels like I haven't gotten any good sleep, is what it is. I don't know why that is, but definitely feels that way. Keep burning the candle at both ends. Rob, the amount of subs you got right now is criminal. You're like one of the chillest YouTubers ever, and also make great content. Reaper, that means a lot. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I have fun doing what I'm doing, and really glad to have all you guys here. And you know, as the channel keeps growing, and keep making more friends too, and we'll all get to enjoy the game here together. So we'll see. We'll see. Think about one of these days maybe incorporating a couple more games into the channel. Like if they ever wind up officially releasing Mirrorverse, get that out of like the 3 years of beta that it's been in. That would be a second game, or like, I don't know, introduce some of the Pokemon Go stuff that I just casually play. We'll see. But I mean, as far as like YouTube channels go, this one is still relatively young as well. Almost a year and a half at this point. And I am most certainly willing to put in the work. Brandon popping in. What up, bud? Saying hello, sir. Well, hello, hello. How's it going? Warm milk and honey sounds in order. Dude, no kidding, man. I mean, my kid has a sound machine, right? And it varies from everything from like bubbling brook to ocean tide to like gentle breeze and all that stuff. And whenever I put him down, turn the thing on, then it's just like, oh, now I'm getting drowsy. Because that's a nice thing though too, because I've wound up taking a nap, at least one nap, in some cases many naps, by, you know, on the beach or next to a bubbling brook, or with it being, you know, nice and gently breezy outside. Soft rain, hard rain, something like that. It's fantastic. Because, I mean, of course, on one hand, it's calming, but on the other, it's just very serene. And then I just knock the heck out, and then I'm just gone, dead to the world for the next, well, if I don't set a timer, the next like dozen hours or so. Can't do it as much at this place right now that we're at, but man, one of the houses I used to live at, like, you get really toasty in the summertime, really toasty during the day, but at night, cool down nice. could just like sleep with the windows open. So then, I mean, not only did you have just like the cold summer air coming through, but then you could hear all the different, you know, bugs chirping and whatnot. If we're really lucky, get an owl going through. Man, I was a rock. I was just a rock. Brandon says, I'm doing amazing. Enjoying a drink. Sounds most excellent. Could go for one of those myself. Like I got one, got a water here, and I guess that is a drink technically. But could also go for a drink. I need to look into that. I'm sure that won't be a problem for YouTube. Guess we got the Sunday cereal stream, but then have like Friday night drinks or something like that. Because that would be awesome. The same idea as a cereal stream, but with like with proper drinks. Send off the week. And especially because there's just so freaking many craft breweries out here in Los Angeles. Like an insane amount. That could be fun. Cable with the Apox energy and as a horseman, breezes through AQ. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, his degen is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And then if you pair him up with Strife and get that nice little Trinity trifecta going too, it's game over, man. So yeah, everybody's like ranking up their cables right now. I saw, who was it? I mean, not MSD. He's got a cable at like what, rank 2 or something like that. But Brian wound up taking his to rank 3. A couple guys in my alliance wound up taking their cables to rank 3. I mean, I've got a cable at rank 2, and I've had him at rank 2 for months and months and months and months and months. But I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been until recently where I've been like, should I take this guy to rank 3? He might. He might. But we'll see. I mean, the mutant class is just so disgusting in terms of rank 3 worthy champions that I don't know. You'd be pushing a lot of good characters out of the way. Anybody would, at this point. Anybody would be taking a lot of good champs out of the equation. Because like right now, I've got Professor X and I've got Storm Pyramid X at rank 3. And Sunspot for Prestige. But just too many good options. As you wish. My movie quote. Is that the one you were going for, or the more casual, as you wish? I mean, they're both applicable, but that's how I read it. Fun movie. BizKabam, content creator though. I recall Katie was, at least initially, frowned on for such. Maybe. I didn't even think of that. I need to dig through the bylaws of the CCP. Because, I mean, obviously, like, you can't say anything harmful or harassing to anybody, which goes without saying. But then and then also you can't speak ill of, you can be constructively critical of and voice personal opinions so long as it isn't like a blatant attack about the game or gameplay, but then obviously you can't speak ill of the company or the brand just because it's like a platform, right? But then I gotta look into see if there's something about that else in the bylaws. I mean, you would think, right? I mean, But we'll see. That's the last thing I'd want, to get the boot. It depends on the drink, though. There are a couple of drinks that I was like, yeah, but it's just so nummy, though. Justin says, you really grinding the arena for War Machine? I am. War Machine's fun. He's fun. Like, it's one of those things where I read him on paper and it's like, yeah. Wow, that just shows my age right there. I read his update and I was like, hey, that's fun. And then I got the 5-star version and I'm like, hey, this is actually pretty fun. Now it's like, I wouldn't mind an awakening on him. And then, of course, all the different, you know, arena chips and milestone loot and stuff that you get along with it too. But if I get him as a 6-star, oh yeah, I would consider using my rank 1 to 2 gem on him. I mean, really, the cross fights that he gets and can give to other tech champions can be very, very useful. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. That synergy Jabari has with APOC, Archangel, Jugs, and Storm seems pretty powerful. Gain a precision buff during specials for each dot effect or stagger effect on the opponent. Crit increases by 325. It is in the right situation. Jabari, it's great. APOC is the biggest one. It benefits APOC the most. Storm, if she is a horseman with Storm Pyramid X synergy, that's how that benefits her. Just so you keep cycling all the shocks, the 10, 20, 30, 50 shocks or whatever you can get on an opponent. Come on, dude, throw a special already, please. Time's a wasting. Thank you. Archangel, though, it doesn't really do a whole lot for, because Neurotoxin doesn't count as a debuff. It's a passive. And he's constantly like switching through the 2 debuffs that he gets, right? So it doesn't do a whole lot for him. And Jugs, it's adorable that they that he can get a wee little boost when he has a stagger on an opponent. But that's just peanuts as well. Poor Jugs. He's such an absolute unit in the comics, and in this game he's like, meh. Not even that great of a defender anymore either. Now that slow is a thing. Want to say big howdy, big welcome to Dom, saying howdy. Howdy Rob, howdy chat. Dom, always a pleasure, my friend. How's it going? Happy midweek. It's either the pot removal or falling down the hill into the fire swamp. Your choice. Love it. Love it. Oh. I tapped the Apple adapter and it freaked out. I keep saying it. I think on at least once on every live stream, I think I say it at least once. I'm a big fan of Apple products. Apple phones, I should say. iMacs are nice. iPhone, I have a much higher regard for. That being said, Apple accessories are straight trash. The adapter I've got here is barely like 3-4 months old tops. I only use it to live stream, so that's once or 4 times a week, right? And already it's on the fritz. Cable's a beast. Yet to get KO'd in Alliance War, and he's doing stuff like Polka Dot, Brute Force, and Modog without mags. It's funny when people place Colossus on Thorns and got 22 D-gens up, it's a 15-second fight. I don't get it either. I don't get it either. People put Colossus on that node all the time, even in like Plat 1 Masters War. Because I always wind up taking that fight, and I think in an entire season, only 2, maybe 3 wars that entire season did not have Colossus on that node. I bring Warlock. It's a straight cakewalk with that, but I mean, with Cable, even more so. Reading a paper is not all that bad if you had said a scroll, on the other hand. My Palm Pilot, how about that? I read it on my Palm Pilot. I don't think I've ever actually used a Palm Pilot now that I think of it. There we go, the first lag. Game's gonna crash here. If not this round, then next round. Like, it was just enough before my time where I never used it. Like, my dad, just because he was always a wee bit behind on trends and whatnot, had a beeper. So I remember being old enough to remember seeing a beeper be used. But, yeah. It's just crazy how fast technology dates you. Because, like, every 3 years, then it's like, yep, this is archaic, this is irrelevant. You have a couple generations of that 3-year, 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 and then it's like, yeah, that's ancient history now. J-Fire, what up, bud? Thankfully, I got War Machine top 500 first round, so I want to try for Spider-Ham. What do you think is a safe score for a 5-star or 6-star? You said top 500 for War Machine. So for what's a safe score? 40 in the 40s someplace, probably. I don't think that's going to be the cutoff, but if we're talking about a safe score, I wanted putting 57 up for War Machine for the 5-star. Like, I was rank 137 or something, so I got it. But cutoff first round was like, what, 30 mil, something like that. If you can push more, if you've got time to do more, always do more. It's always better to be several million points over the cutoff than like 1,000 points short. But it's somewhere in there. 6-star is probably going to be a different story, but there we go. Crash number 1. Man-Thing has such an awkward stance. Man-Thing in general is just awkward. Just a very awkward champion. Like, he's not bad, it's just weird that he came out, and then within like the span of a couple months of him coming out, has either been forgotten or is otherwise just largely irrelevant. What a shame. Rob, would love if you gave my Black Panther buff idea vid a look at some point this week. Love to hear your feedback. Absolutely. Yeah, I saw the link in your Discord just as I was going live, so I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but absolutely I will. Buff videos like that are so much fun. I've seen people do them before, and it's like, hey, that's cool. But then I didn't actually have as much of an appreciation for it until I did my Joe Fixit buff idea video, based when, we were doing that champion poll vote that we still don't know the results for. But it was like, this is a lot of fun. I would actually really enjoy playing Joe Fixit. Effectively, what my idea for Fixit was is just combining some of his base mechanics already, but giving him a lot more of a Red Guardian flair. And then up hit the chance for his debuffs to proc. There's also a system in place where it was a cross fight called Dawn and Capo. So you could elect to make somebody a capo, right? Where Fixa would be the Don, and then whoever you would want is the capo. And both of them would wind up getting boosted if you've got, you know, both of them alive. But because it's the mob, if you wind up offing one of them, either the capo gets a huge boost if the Don is down, or vice versa. Can wind up boosting champions that way. It was a fun idea. Of course, it went nowhere just because Joe Fixa never stood a chance. But I 100% would enjoy playing that. Skull popping in saying, "Hey Rob, what up, Skull? Welcome. How's the week going for you?" Apple products are good. Apple add-ons are trash. Agreed, says Brian. Yup. It's almost like it's an afterthought, an intentional afterthought. I mean, when you've got the, I mean, this is a year old already, so last year's, I think it was last year's or 2 years ago, version of iMac where you could buy the computer, but if you wanted the stand, you had to spend an extra $1,000 for the stand. Stuff like that. It's just like big gotcha, in your face, gimme mechanics. Favorite movie in 5 words is Cowboy, Space Ranger, Kid, Outside, Lost. Okay, gotcha. I was like, is that a line in the movie? No, that's Toy Story. I got it. Which one, though? That's the question. Y'all get anything good so far out of the Iron Tomb crystals? I haven't opened mine yet. I'm going to save them till the end of the event. That way I can just hopefully stave off the disappointment by pulling something that isn't a 3-star. Because if I do them piecemeal, then it's like, hey, this week's crystal is a 3-star. Next week's crystal is also a 3-star. Just gets depressing after a while. Hype for the Ebony Maw buff pretty much died off. Even the memes for buffing him a 3rd time have died off as well. It's just like, it's just completely forgotten. And I don't know. I don't know if the community as a whole is just either just so super saturated with new champions that we just not only are not interested or just don't have a way to retain the information, but it's just like, yeah, cool. And that's the end of it, you know. Like, I love that they're updating champions. Absolutely love it. But holy shnikey, there's no way you could plausibly play and learn new champions, 5 new champions, in the span of a month. And give them a proper test and a proper due. And, you know, do all the legwork in the first place to get them. Whether it's grinding arena or saving units for crystals or whatever. Favorite movie in 5 words is Captain Chased by Tentacle Monster. I need to think on that one for a sec. Don't recommend doing a Google search with those key terms, though. Oh. Oops. I can't decide which is my favorite. They're all so good. Yeah, for different reasons. I would probably have to say number 1. But I think that's really much more of for a sentimental sake. Two, I think, is, in my opinion, the best. Objectively the best, but... I would say 3 otherwise, but I know I have mental roadblocks going up right now. where you've got the setup and then the resolution, and that's all Toy Story 3 is for me. Like I'm purposely forgetting about like an hour chunk of the movie right smack dab in the middle of all just like the the plot, the filler in between, like, you know, the initial setup with Lotso and then, you know, the classic sad Pixar goodbye. Except it wasn't goodbye, because they came back for another movie and shorts, and I'm sure they're gonna be back again in some capacity because money. What's a big howdy to Gloria Man popping in. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I am in the mod camp. So many other champions are better, but he's fun and occasionally useful. More so now. Yeah. See, that's the kicker, though. With as scarce as Renko materials are, and with champions needing to get ranked up higher and higher and higher to still have a competitive edge, it's just so tough. Especially for like niche champs like that, where it's either occasionally useful or they're really good in this one very, very specific path. It's like, yeah, I'd love to rank that champion up, but I mean, I'm going to rank him up, but only use him for content maybe once a month, once every couple of months. And is that worth ranking them up versus like a Swiss Army knife champion that I'd be using all the time? That's the tough part. Virendra says, did 623 and 4 yesterday, 600 units gone. If you only spent 600 units on 2 chapters, that's really good. That unblockable kingpin is annoying. Yup. Rocket's underrated as heck. He hits like a friggin' truck once you get his combo meter up a bit. At a high sig level, you don't need that many combo hits to stack your crit like crazy. Yeah. I would like to see for Rocket better synergies if he gets updated. And maybe like 1 or 2 extra small tools in his belt. But like, yeah, like you were saying, once he gets a combo up, like maybe there could be like a combo shield or something for the new Guardians of the Galaxy synergy, which they really should do. Like just copy paste Fantastic Four, right? If you got all the Guardians together, you get a big family synergy. If you got a couple of them together, then you got like piecemeal stuff. Shocking that they haven't. Big Dime Graffiti, how's it going? Haven't stopped in forever. It's going really good. It's going really good. The last few weeks, the last couple months have been really good. It's nice. I mean, just on a personal level, 2021 so far, being able to get outside and visit with family and friends again, it's really nice. Because there was a point, like, back in the late 20-teens, right? Where it's just like, oh, God, I have to go see this person do this, and that, and the other. It's like, I would rather just, stay at home and do my own thing. But now it's like, yeah, let's go, let's see people, let's do stuff. I miss people. And, the game's going pretty good as well. Hope you're doing good. Always a pleasure seeing you. Couldn't resist the urge, popped 1 cap from the side quest, got a 5-star Doom. That is unreal luck. Unreal luck. Judah says, sup, Rob? What up, bud? Howdy, welcome. So we are currently still not talking Loki spoilers. I'm going to give it to probably the weekend. Just give everybody a chance to see it or to have it spoiled somewhere else. Like, I don't know, a trending Twitter tag or like a rogue, I don't know, news headline or something like that, where it's like, the New York Times says that Loki was the best thing since sliced bread because of spoilers. It's like, I didn't need to see this. Isn't that the dumbest, worst feeling? Like, you have practically an entire internet blackout trying to avoid spoilers for something. Staying off of like Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, Insta, you know, whatever your social preference is. But then like some stupid news organization's news site throws a spoiler in the headline. Randomly, you're like, well, let's see how the economy's doing today, and spoilers. Like, they're just trying to like cash in on the popularity hype just for a couple extra clicks. That has happened to me twice now. Different shows, but ugh. Judah said, ugh, 6-star doing 1,000 special too. Well, yeah. Yeah. Jay says, here's the hope on your shoe shine method. Win something good for the special calf crystals. Instead of just pop one for the first time. Dupe on 6-star Cap Beardo. Was so happy. I'm glad it worked. I'm really glad to hear that that worked out. Shoe shine method for the win. I mean, for me personally, 52% of the time at this point. It's been working out every time. Shoe shine method, of course, just being opening up some of the smaller crystals first. Your premiums, your grandmasters, if you got a bunch of those. Get that bad luck out of the way, and then with that bad luck out of the way, then you go and open up the thing you really want. Whether it's a 5-star, 6-star, Cav crystal, whatever. It's been working out pretty okay for me, at least. And glad to hear stories of it working out for you guys, too. Busy says, any idea how much Purgatory Arena going for tomorrow for the 6-star version? Purgatory probably shoot 100. Be on the safe side, shoot 100. She's not worth 100. I would argue she's barely worth 80. Which is a shame. I'm not happy to say that. I wish she was better. I want her to be better. I can't wait for her to be better. But as she is right now, I wouldn't value her more than 80 million points in Arena. She'll probably go higher, granted, because she's a new champion, but just to be on the safe side. By the way, Shang-Chi is MVP for Icarus and Destructive Feedback. I hope he also works for Do Not Go Gentle. He should be. He should be. He's great on Icarus, yes. He's great on Icarus. He's not better than Angela good, though. Angela still is MVP. Which is really weird. Like, 4 or 5 months ago, Ghost was like the one and only best option for Icarus, and now we've got like 4 different champs between Ghost, Angela, Jabari, and Shang-Chi. And whoever else winds up getting a Purify, I guess War Machine's kind of in that camp now too. Well, no, not really. He can only get a maximum of like, what, 4 Purifies ever per fight. You blow through that really fast. But oh, hey, missed the top of the hour. So bear with me for a second, guys, but it being the top of the hour, let's throw a shameless plug right there. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure getting to meet you. I'm Rob vonShoe. Good to have you. Do live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday, of course, being this Sunday cereal stream. It's my favorite live stream of the week. Chowing down on some delicious cereal. Something I haven't had since I was a kid, so If you're around and free and want to chow down on some cereal yourself, or just stop in and say howdy, got that going same time, same place. Please consider liking the video here, subscribing to the channel, post a lot of gameplay videos, crystal openings, live streams, me getting absolutely rinsed on all manners of content. There's always something going on here. No pressure, obviously, one way or the other, but all that does help the YouTube algorithm and helps your channel grow, so do appreciate that. Stumped Rob with my movie in 5 words. Yeah, Jay, you did. You got me. It's probably going to be something... Oh, no, the Avengers, isn't it? Avengers? Get slapped in the face a little bit right there. That's always fun. They're making a Buzz Solo movie next summer, but it's a human Buzz. Sounds like a money grab more than wanting to make a good movie. Yep. Yep. Who is it? Is it Matt Damon as Buzz? You know, it's almost like one of those things like what Fox is doing with Fantastic Four or X-Men after a while. It's like you got to make a Toy Story movie every like 3.4 years in order to be able to maintain the rights to it. Like, almost, right? I mean, I am more than happy to have retired the series at Toy Story 3. And as much as it pains me to say it, I kind of hope they retire Incredibles after number 2. Just based off of how like horribly lackluster that movie was. It was so disappointing. For those of you newer to the channel, or just for a FYI, Incredibles 1 is most probably my favorite movie of all time. I love everything about that film. So I was super hyped when Incredibles 2 was announced, super hyped when Incredibles 2 came out, went to go see Incredibles 2 in theater and left said theater extraordinarily underwhelmed. It'd be a much better movie if you've never seen the original and you're just being introduced to the characters for the first time. But even still, so disappointing. I hate when you see headlines like, this is why this character had to die, and it's a picture of that dude. Like, really? Yup. Or like the season finale is either just about ready to air or just aired, and then the news is like, such and such actor who was left in a very precarious predicament has signed on for 3 more seasons of the show. And it's like, well, there goes like any sort of like cliffhanger tension. I guess they wound up getting out of it. With all the cutscenes and Marvel's posted through the last month, I felt they spoiled me a lot in the first chapter that I watched today. Yeah. Yep. Usually Marvel's really good about either not posting spoilers or like the clips and stuff that they do post is like a red herring. That's either just not in the show or the movie. It's just there so there's something on the screen. For the show, however, it's like, I don't know. So no spoilers. if you've seen all the different promo clips leading up into the first episode, it doesn't entirely spoil the first episode, but because it is the first episode and it's setting up like the world and the plot and, you know, getting the show on the road, it's very much like, yeah, but I saw that already. I know what it is. Let's get rolling. I get that. She might shoot higher than 100 mil since tomorrow the basic 6-star is Daredevil Netflix. And he's awful. So I won't be surprised if he goes for only 30 mil for the 6-star. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be absolutely mental if he goes for 30 mil? What a shame. I wanted that guy's buff to be so good. I still do. I would like him to get buffed again. But, yeah, as it stands, also. I think what it's going to be is a lot of people are just going to sit it out. Maybe do milestones, but there'd be like accidental featured champion awards handed out. Like, not 500 people are going to be pushing for it. So somebody's like, oh, hey, look, I got the featured. And then also, though, too, tomorrow is the new arena formula. So for the basic arena for Daredevil, you can still use 6 stars, but 6 stars only give you enough points comparable to a 5. Which is also a bit of a bummer. It's dumb. It's dumb. I'm glad they sorted out milestones for players who are still building up rosters and players that are newer to uncollected. Like, that's good. But the idea that the basic arena is for players to get their first 6-star champions out of arena to give them a reasonable path to be able to do that is dumb. If you're still going to include 6 stars, you're still going to be competing against players who have like 100, 200 6-star champions that don't need to worry about the cooldown like you do with your 5-star roster. I don't understand it. Like, I'm sure they meant well. It's just that in execution, all it's doing is inconveniencing the players that have the 6 stars from getting the champions that they would have gotten already because of expansive rosters. It's not limiting anybody's expansive roster, it's just making it more difficult to use their expansive roster without helping anybody in exchange. I'd be okay if it actually did help people. I agree with the mentality that Basic Arena is a great place to build up a 6-star roster. However, I don't know. Something fell short. Pirates 2. Okay. Kabam, please buff Groot. Not just buff Groot, rework Groot. Top to bottom, totally different champion. Buff all of them while you're at it. Buff Drax. They already buffed Gamora, so she's good. Buff Groot. Give Star-Lord a couple extra tools on his kit. Just a whole lot of them. Iron Giant, says Jay. Also by Brad Bird. Phenomenal movie. Was before Incredibles is an amazing movie with great animation, voice acting, and Vin Diesel as a robot. Yeah. So fun bit of Pixar lore. After Brad Bird wound up doing Iron Giant, right? He was approached by John Lasseter. Them being old buddies from was it Cal? It's like, yo, I like the movie. We got a spot for you here at Pixar. We, you know, want to mix it up just a little bit, just because it had been the same brain trust for the first several films, and they wanted somebody else to come in for a different spin on things. Yeah, I mean, if you want to come, you got a job, you know, sit and stew for, you know, 6 months, a year, whatever it is, work on some stuff for us, and then if you got any ideas, you know, yeah, we can talk about it then. And then Brad Bird is like, hey, cool. And then I actually got an idea right now, and that idea was The Incredibles. So he just came out firing on all the cylinders, and it's fantastic. I miss classic Pixar. Like classic, like, hey, we actually got to worry about a budget. So we got to really be smart and streamline what we do. Pixar. Because when you got to work on a budget like that, when you have so many different constraints, that's when creativity really seems to shine. Reaper says, I still have only seen the first Incredibles movie. It's amazing and hilarious. And it holds up. That's the best part. It holds up. 20 years later, it still holds up. 20 years? Yeah, almost 20 years later. That came out like, what, 2003, I think, right? 2002, 2003? Jesus. Love it. Love everything about it. It's exactly what an ensemble movie should be. You know, there's the overarching A plot, and then the various different B plots involving the other members of the family. So, I mean, the film is about Bob, right? And it's Bob wanting to relive the glory days, but then also at the same time, you know, coming to realize that he's got a family, and the family is more important. He learns that lesson the hard way, right? But then there's also, you know, Helen and the kids. And it's not just like, oh yeah, this is, you know, there's side characters. No, like each of those characters themselves go through like a full arc. You know, they start off in one place at the beginning of the film, they learn, and they all grow. Everyone has adequate sharing of the screen time in order to not only like flesh out that arc, but then also, you know, get to chew the scenery themselves a little bit. Love it. I could just ramble on about Incredibles forever. Reaper just duped my first 6-star besides Jabari, of course. Annihilus. I like that little subtle flex you threw in there. Yeah, besides Jabari, of course. I'm jealous of that Jabari. Mark Wilson says, it's beer o'clock for me. Cheers. Nice. Grab a pint. Enjoy, my friend. Beer o'clock is one of my favorite times of the day. When I'm 100% 7-1, I'll be 10% away from Thronebreaker. It's so close. It's so close. Paz has a total of 8 Tier 4 Basic from Legendary run in the side event. I could go for that. All them resources. Yeah, sign me up for that. What are your hopes for Overseer Maestro? I think he's going to have damage. He looks tough and prestige as well. So I don't know if it's... I don't know how much I can say about that. No, well, no. They released they released the Spotlight. So Overseer has the highest science prestige in the game currently. So I think that's why he's going to go pretty... I think that's why people are going to really dig him. He's got a regen on, was it Special 1, I think, isn't it? Where it regens like 5% of missing health, 8% of missing health, something like that. Which could be really useful if you're like just about ready to get KO'd. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, getting back to an earlier point, like the field is just so crowded with other champions. It'll be interesting to see what he does better than everybody else to justify bringing him over like iHulk or iBomb or Gladiator Hulk or like literally any other science champion, you know? I hope he's good. I hope he handles well. We'll have to see. Brian says, choice of Kingpin or Crossbones for rank 4. Kingpin, if he's awakened. Cheeto popping in saying, sup? What up, Cheeto? Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Good to see you, bud. Boink. I am experiencing the worst pain in my life so far. These new wires in my braces are giving me a pain I can't describe. Yeah, man, that's nerves right there. It does dull after a while. So, I mean, there is that. It just really sucks until then. Make Star-Lord special 2 abilities based off the last hit you did before using the special. Light is an armor break, heavy is a power drain. Medium's a shock, evade, and then special is a heal block. Either that or have it as a pre-fight. You know, you can just say, hey, I want this pre-fight, and this is what the special 2 does. Or give him some ability to give him a combo shield, like a natural combo shield instead of a Proxima synergy. Because you get like one of those nasty lull or realm, or no, just lull or abyss evades, and he's done. His combo's gone, and you got to build up 500 hits again. I confirmed to myself that Nick will be my 6th rank 5. Solid choice. Dude absolutely melts anybody that can be bled. Hope Overseer is well good. I hope so. I hope so. Because like his costume is fun. He's an interesting looking character. And I mean the community has been asking for a playable Maestro for a good while. I don't think this is exactly what everybody had in mind. I think they wanted the actual Maestro, who's the universal class or whatever they call it. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, let's hope is busy. I'm guessing he's saving for Scarlet Witch as a 6-star. Damage doesn't look bad. Seen some vids and she put some nice damage out there. Yeah, I'm saving up for the 6. I will be saving up for the 6-star first as soon as the sigil renews. I don't even have the 4-star currently. But I'm going for the 6-star first. Because the 6-star is going to be more useful for arena teams and arena points. That having been said, the 5-star is better because it's a lot easier to wake her up and throw a bunch of SIGs on her. And I think the SIGs really help. But I'd be going for the 5-star second. And as soon as I save up for the 5-star, then I'll just use an Awakening Gem. Probably. And take her up that way. And then start saving for the 6-star Awakening. Like, I mean, that's like a year's worth of stuff right there, but that's the plan. Love using Mole Man for a Labyrinth. True Strike does away with that annoying evade. Isn't that nice? There was a time when you couldn't counter the super evade. And that is quite dumb. It's like, what's the point of having a true strike if a true strike isn't a true strike? You know? Going for the 6-star sigil witch also, but I'm awakener hopefully through some awakening gem. Would you use a mystic gem on sigil witch? Or save for a different mystic champ? Like, it'll save you about like 4 months worth of stuff, but 6-star awakening gems are still really spicy. Bought a major bullet and bought Unstoppable Colossus for 800,000 loyalty. It's worth it. For synergies, for arena teams, for trophy hunting's sake, it's worth it. Can't wait for the 6-star to get added here, hopefully in the next coming months, just because he still shows as an obtainable champion. But we'll see. Hope to get the gem through a 4th of July deal. Not saving another 4 months for another 6-star. That's too much. Maybe, but I mean, if you got the sigil already anyway, and it's just free points that you just get for doing stuff that you're doing already anyway, for a sigil that you have already. I mean, I don't know if you have the sigil or if you run it monthly already anyway, but up to you. Punchy, punchy, punch. Dex. Pew pew. Question though is for Unstoppable Colossus, how much the 6-star is going to go for? If it's 800,000 for a 5-star. Does a 6-star go for what, a million? 1.2 million, 1.5 million, 1.6 million? How much loyalty is too much loyalty for a trophy champ that's going to sit on the bench, you know? I mean, granted, it really just depends. Like I said, I am going to wind up getting the 6-star when it does become available. But that's only because I've been hoarding loyalty for like the last 3 years in anticipation of the 6-star. So I've got it, but at the same time too, it's a big ask to save that much loyalty. It's a big ask. Do that, do that, do that. So what have we got going on here? So it's still 9:30, so these guys should still be off a cooldown by end of arena. Hey, what's up, man, Falcon? I'm doing really well for as little sleep as I've gotten this week. Not in relation to the game, it's just my own doing. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Grind is going all right. I'm about 55 million points, I think, right now. Which means that as soon as I run through a couple of these champs and then all my champs again in the morning once they're all off a cooldown, I should be at last arena's cutoff at about 66 million. And then just hope from there. I mean, if I get the 6-star, that's great. If I don't, then I got a 5-star awakening and shards. It's just supposed to be a chill grind. Saving units for other stuff, getting some arena chips. I'll take it. Wonder when 6-star Colossus is gonna show up. I'm assuming in the next like couple of weeks, as soon as war starts up, because they did say that they are going to be updating the Glory Store. I'm assuming that they're adding him then, but of course they're just always so freaking coy with everything that you never know. Imagine if they add Null as a boss type character. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That could be fun. Like they spice Null up somehow, make him one of the universal class types. Could be interesting. Let's do that. Can't say for nothing, but for Scarlet Witch, I'm saving 4 months worth, and that's that. And the first generic awakening or mystic awakening I get, Awakener, and just all the SIGs. Hey, bud, you do you. You do you. I cannot blame anybody for getting hype about champs like that and having fun with it. It'll be here before you know it. Boink. You know, I know the buff champions have just barely been released, but I'm really already starting to look forward to next month's buffs. Like, hoping to see Sentry on that list, hoping to see Miles on that list finally, and then who knows who the third's gonna be. Although I'm an oddball, I'm more interested in buff champions synergies than their new kit. Just because I don't have the time to learn a new kit, but I do have the time to throw a new synergy on a squad with somebody I got already and just run with it. Just need a 5-star Red Guardian for the synergy with Colossus. I want to try Unstoppable Colossus, Red Guardian, Double Quakes, and Hawkeye. I do believe that you could rinse. Do that. It's freaking out a little bit. I mean, I guess it's about time for a second crash. It's an hour 40 in, and if it crashes every 40 minutes, I mean, we're due. It's not me jinxing it, it's just the way it is. For reasons. Excuse me. Gonna do that. Oh, and gets punched in the face because, of course. Rank 3 Psycho Man soon? Oh, 100%. Yeah, the dude's beyond God tier broken. Like, the mere fact that you could put Psycho Man on your roster with no other champs and, like, walk through an entire Abyss clear with no revives or no boosts and, like, no masteries active, it's just amazing. I can't believe they released that broken a champ into the game. I wish he was good. I really wish he was good. I really appreciate all the ridiculous concussions he can get on literally everything. It's just that he's got no damage. Like, no damage. And the cool, unique bit of utility that he could do with, like, heavy chaining in the corner, they wound up taking away and nerfing. It's like, okay, who cares if he can heavy chain in the corner? He's not doing any damage in the first place. It's not efficient or time effective. But here we are. And here I am, having to freaking refresh and recharge all these champions again. Because doing it once before wasn't anywhere near enough. Come on. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Reaper's looking forward to ranking up Invisible Woman. If you can get her rotation down and if you don't run damage masteries, she can do big damage. And has fun utility. It's just absolute crock that having damage masteries turned on wind up like breaking her kid a little bit. Ring 3 Karnak can do better damage than Psycho Man. Yup. Like, I get that they were scared about creating another Quake, because if Psycho Man can concussion everything all the time, it could be reasonable that ability accuracy reduction could wind up breaking a lot of the game, but in doing so they overcorrected and he can't do any damage, and that's just as bad. Floating bros. Boink. Boink. I was talking a little bit earlier in the stream, just comparing Purgatory to Psycho Man, but I really hope that now that Psycho Man's been in game for like, what, 5 months, something like that, that they wind up taking a look at his kit and giving him a little bit of TLC. Psycho Man's still trash, though. Hey, rank 3 incoming, right? He also needs to be awakened, because that's how he gets the power gain. So it's not just enough to have him. You got to get him awakened, and then presumably throw some SIGs on him too to increase the power rate. But fun times, fun times. So we got an XL squad here, apparently. Wasn't even planning it. It just happened to work out. Shiny new I-Bomb from the arena a couple weeks back. Love it. Very happy with him. Currently he is suffering from I don't have enough rank up materials to rank him up itis. In this game, it's a very common, very contagious disease. Do that. Don't need to worry about the increased or the ability accuracy reduction that she procs. I'd love to design an Electro buff. Like, Electro needs a buff. And I would be very happy to do that design. It could be a lot of fun just throwing in a lot of her different, like, assassin training abilities and just do something different. Make her relevant again. Instead of like, oh yeah, Electro's in this game. Oh boy, there goes the cord again. Again. Alrighty then, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go open up a crystal. If you guys want to guess who's gonna pop out of said crystal, please let me know down in the in chat or in comment section. Well, game's just like, yeah, no, dude. Heard you talking smack about not crashing for that second time, so we're gonna just crash like you asked. So, what am I going to open up here? Let's open up a Grandmaster just for kicks. I'm going to guess it's going to be a 4-star Dormammu. 4-star Dormammu, that's my guess. So let's get a raid going too at the same time, because I hate a BG. He's streaming right there under the handle Rob Von Raid. And as that's spinning out, that is going to do me for tonight, everybody. I'm going to go get some Z's because I don't want to pass out on the stream. And I've gotten only about maybe 6 hours of sleep this week so far, and I'm told that's not healthy. But it's been good hanging out, good chatting with you guys. Do wish you the best of luck if you're going for featured champions. I'll be back Friday for the next live stream. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps the channel grow. I do very much appreciate that. That is a 3-star trasher. Well, there you go. But that's going to do me, guys. Hope you all are well. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll catch you later. I'm Rob vonShoe. Till next time, everyone. Take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everybody. Bye for now.